charge, Missy Tackett Warner, and food drive coordinator and Postal Service employee extraordinaire, Josh Davis. Welcome.
Thank you, Bart.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, nice to see you. All right, so the pandemic has affected a lot of things, including events like the food drive. Did you pause that at all during the pandemic?
Yes, we had to. Actually, 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
We've been
Wow.
without the food drive.
Yeah, and it's probably, when we had the need even greater during the pandemic.
Yeah, this is actually the 30th. This year will be the 30th year that we've done it. It originated in 1993. Letter carriers across the country, they go to every address every day. They identified a need to give back to the community, and this is what they chose to do.
That's a good point. So because the letter carriers really, they're in the community, they know the need and who might benefit from these donations.
Yeah.
Josh, have you been doing this all 30 years?
No, probably I've had my hand in it for 20 of those.
Yeah.
20 of those years. I was really new when it started, and I hired in '94. So for the first few years, we had somebody else that was handling it, and then I kind of took the opportunity to step into the role of the union and do this, and it's a great pleasure, and tried to get some others to come along that have either done it and just moved on to something else, or just are moved on completely from the post office or transferred out. So
It's pretty cool that it started with the actual letter carriers. It was your rank and file that decided this is something that you guys wanted to take on and do.
yeah, it began with us, with the management saying yes, we'll go ahead and do it. Then management really jumped on board and got more involved after the first couple of years, and then we've gotten all of our unions to get on board, including the rural carriers out there in the country, and our inside workers that help out, so everybody's really all hands on deck with this now, because it's such an easy way to help out so many people, and for us to be able to all work together and do that, one day out of the year we can do a lot for here in Jackson, the Salvation Army, and a few of the churches to cover them during the summer months.
All right, how does it work? How do people participate?
This Saturday, kind of early before we get there, make sure you put some of your non-perishable foods out there. Cans, boxes, glass is okay. Sometimes we've even gotten things like sanitary items, your toilet paper, paper towels, stuff like that. We've gotten pet food before. We don't encourage that. Obviously, food's the main goal. But we know that there's needs out there for everything, so we usually make sure that we distribute those to other places, like the shelter that's right next to us, or one of the other shelters downtown for the sanitary stuff. But the food goes to the Salvation Army. You leave it out by the mailbox, your carrier goes by, they see it there, they pick it up, put it in your truck, bring it back to our office. We load up a semi from Apollo Trucking, and then they take the semi over and drop it off at the Salvation Army.
Wow. What a great gift for Salvation Army and the people they serve. The rural carriers, so they've got the trucks, but what about you guys that are going door to door on foot?
For the most part with that, it comes with experience on how you handle it. We and the experienced ones try to tell the newer ones that this is a way to make it easier, but if you get a load in your bag and it's getting a little heavy, you might see a customer that has a bag of food up there on their doorstep. You drop it all off there and just take your truck and go and pick it up all at once, instead of trying to lug that all the way, 15, 20 minutes
Right.
down the road. So you learn pretty quickly on the easiest way to handle that. So.
And people should put everything in a bag, what do you prefer? A basket?
Regular grocery bags work great. Some people have boxes that they put them in depending on how much they have. So anything works, because we usually take it and transfer it into our own tubs that we send to the Salvation Army, because we go through and we'll sort it when we get back and separate the cans from everything else, because we load them in big Gaylords and you don't want to have cans on top of glass or boxes, because then everyone else. So we do some separation back there. So the bags help it when they're picking it up, the carriers themselves, so it's not falling all over, rolling around the truck.
Missy, as a postmaster and officer in charge, you don't have to do too much in the way of encouraging participation in this. Just judging from the letter carriers I know, they're looking forward to it.
They absolutely are looking forward to it. Like I said, they're proud to serve their community. They've recognized this need. Since the inception of this, the letter carriers have collected 1.82 billion pounds
Wow.
of food in this 30 years. And it comes, like you said, especially a good time because, you know, the food banks are depleted from, you know, holiday donations. You know, kids are getting out of school, and, you know, it's a good time to replenish the stock for people in need. Because 1 in 8 Americans are hungry every day, and that includes small children, veterans, elderly people. So it's just a wonderful thing. I couldn't be more proud to support them.
That's a good point, yeah, because a lot of kids, they get their food at school, and we do have the summer food programs, but there's probably a lot of kids that they're not going to get what they usually do when they're in school.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
How many different letter carriers in your office that are participating in this?
Well, it'd be over 100.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because we have over 60 routes in the city, and then the rural area, there's over 40 routes. So yeah, it's over 100 carriers that'll be involved in this on Saturday.
And you've got a fitness tracker on your arm, so that's going to get a workout on Saturday.
Yeah, it definitely does. Especially, I don't have to walk anymore, thankfully. I've kind of got a little seniority now. So, but yeah, the walkers are definitely going to get that. Even us that are riding, we're going to have to get out a lot more, pick up the food. And again, that's where management comes in and says, you know, we realize it's going to take a little extra time, but do what you got to do for the community and for this cause. So
that's a big truck you've got to fill. People can, if they're not going to be home, they don't even need to interact. They just leave it out.
Yes.
They got a mailbox on the house or one by the road. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
Nope.
Yeah, leave it by your box. You know, if you are on a route that has a box by the road, it's probably not going to be best to leave it up by your door because they might not be looking up at the door unless you were to leave a note in your box or something. But leave it out by the box. It's the weather right now is looking, could be nice. It's Michigan. They're kind of calling for some, but we're hoping for good weather where it's going to make it easier on us to pick that up. And so out by the box is the best bet wherever your mail's delivered.
Well, I know you sent everyone a postcard a couple weeks ago, and hopefully you kept it and put it on your refrigerator. And today's another reminder that it's Saturday. Leave food out, and you know what time your carrier comes, so make sure you get it out there in advance. If someone should screw up or maybe forget, and is there a way that can they give it to you on Monday or?
We tend to pick up food. I mean, we've already got some that we've got already. People just see the card and might not have read through it and have donated. This year is a funny year with the 1st of May falling on a Sunday, because most generally it falls the same weekend as Mother's Day weekend, but we do it the second Saturday and Mother's Day weekend's the second Sunday, so it didn't happen that way. So we had some extra food last weekend, and if they forget or miss it Saturday, yeah, your carrier will probably pick it up Monday and Tuesday and bring it in, and then the Salvation Army sends their little truck over and picks up what we've got extra.
Good. 30 years, wow, what a great tradition and great record of service. Anything else we need to know?
You know, this it wouldn't be possible without the support we get from the town as well. I mean, Junkyard Dog is helping us out get some food for the carriers when they come back. We get a lot of donations like that. Our own carriers bring in food and drinks, so when they get back after doing all this work, you know, they've got something, a little celebration, a little food. Again, Apollo Trucking, who does the trucking for free for us. It's kind of hard to get about 40,000 pounds of food from one place to another. So in the years past, when we've had a little more time, there's been other organizations that have really stepped up and helped us and donated for the carriers or whatever to help out the program. So it's great that we have such a great community all the way around.
Yeah, and we've, as frontline workers, appreciated all the above and beyond you all have done during this pandemic, because you didn't stop.
No. Nope. And I'd just like to remind everyone that hunger does exist in every community, and together with the letter carriers and the Postal Service employees, we can deliver hope to those that are in need. And if you can, please donate.
All right.
And I got one more point, if I could, I forgot to mention. The smaller communities, a lot of that food stays in those communities too. It doesn't all go to Jackson. Parma, Grass Lake, people that donate out there, it stays out there.
Awesome. Thanks for all you're doing, and thanks for being here today.
Oh, thank you
Yeah.
very much for having us.
And our usual carrier, Deb, she's been promoting this all month, and it's it means a lot to her as well. So I know it means a lot to
She's
all
been
of
a
you.
huge help.
Yeah. Good to see you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Missy Tackett Warner, acting postmaster and officer in charge, and Josh Davis. Stay tuned. We're going to take you to the Wharton, where Dear Evan Hansen is thrilling audiences. We're actually going to meet